Welcome back, everybody. It is your favorite vampire, Avalon here. Sorry about the break. I got really caught up with Alone in the Dark, and y'all seem to be really enjoying it too. I will definitely be picking it up, but this week I haven't necessarily been feeling myself mentally, so I've been going back and wanting to finish a couple of games that I started before Alone in the Dark. Don't get me wrong, I will be finishing Alone in the Dark. And I also will be tackling the original 1, 2, 3, and the 2008 versions of Alone in the Dark. I also picked up Fallout, Fallout 4. So, gonna be definitely trying a little bit of tip at that. But anywho, let's continue on with Murder on the Orient Express. I actually cannot remember where we last left off, unfortunately. Feel bad. Because this is an excellent game so far. It's been really excellent, and microids have really popped off with graphics on this one. Alright. So. So, we need to go to the dining car. Let's actually, where were we? Alright. We have Joanna Locke, Bulk, Dr. Constantine, Mary Debenham, Archibald Arbuthnot, Samuel Ratchet, who is deceased, Caroline Hubbard, Natalia Dragomirov, Rudolph and Beanie, Pierre Michel, Antonio I'm gonna butcher this so badly, Fosicarelli, Mrs. Adrini, Freya Nielsen, Jean Faucher, Hotaru Mori, Edward Mesterman, Hector McQueen, Cyrus Hardman, Hildegard Schmidt, and Greta Olson. We've also, in our other people, we have Michael Clark, Suzanne Monroe, John Armstrong, and Sonia Armstrong. Alright. Oh, wait, I might want to double check my objectives. Alright. So, we now have to head to the dining car. Which is all the way down this way. I like the fact that they give us a walk faster kind of button. Alright. I do, however, need to, start replaying these chapters and picking up the, golden mustaches, rather than just picking them up as I'm finding them. Hello. Oh! It's a little Russian nesting doll! How cute!
I hope we will be leaving soon.
You say that. Let's see, this was the bar/lounge. What's going on? What are you doing?
I should go and interview the passengers in the restaurant car. I should go and interview the passengers in the restaurant car.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Alright.
The passengers who agreed to come and talk to you are assembled, Poirot. Mr. Masterman is already here to answer your questions.
Perfect. Thank you, my friend. Sit down, Monsieur Masterman, please.
Thank you.
Does the name Cassetti mean anything to you?
No, should it?
Have you heard of the Armstrong kidnapping case?
Of course. It was all over the news a few years ago.
Your employer's real name is Cassetti. He was the man behind that kidnapping.
Mr. Ratchet was... He murdered that poor little girl?
Mr. McQueen, the man you worked for is a kidnapper named Cassetti.
What? What kidnapping?
He murdered his victim, a child named Daisy Armstrong.
The Armstrong kidnapping?
You had no idea of Monsieur Ratchet's real name?
Damn skunk.
Why are you so upset?
My father was the district attorney who handled the case, Mr. Poirot. I saw Mrs. Armstrong more than once. She was a lovely woman, so gentle and heartbroken. If ever a man deserved what he got, Ratchet, or Cassetti, is the man. He didn't deserve to live.
Madame Olson, have you heard of the Daisy Armstrong case?
No, I've never heard of it.
It was only 2 years ago. It was famous.
Maybe so, but it was not famous in Spain, where I have been helping the refugees from Africa.
You've never heard the name Daisy Armstrong?
No, never.
Daisy Armstrong? No.
No.
No! No!
Yes. It was all over the English tabloids before I went to Jordan. A horrific crime that claimed the lives of an entire family and their wrongfully accused nanny. That's right, isn't it?
Quite so.
I thought the culprit had been punished.
Some might say that the culprit was punished last night.
Oh, my heavens.
May I ask you a few more questions?
Yes, of course.
So, what I'm gaining from that is by Poirot dropping that little tidbit that Ratchet was actually Cassetti, who kidnapped the Daisy Armstrong and killed her. I'm probably looking for a reaction. Also, pay attention to the attorney bit. I got a feeling it's going to be useful in later on.
You were in Jordan?
Yes, I was an English tutor there to the children of a high official. Until recently.
You read about the crime, as you said, in the tabloids.
Yes, that's right. For weeks, news of the royal family was eclipsed.
Have you ever been to the United States, mademoiselle?
No, never. Jordan was really my first trip abroad.
So then how did you meet with Captain Arbuthnot?
What is your relationship to Captain Arbuthnot?
Who?
A former soldier traveling with us. You must have met him.
Ah, yes, I met him on the platform in Istanbul. We only had a brief exchange of pleasantries, nothing more. British Reserve and all that.
Ah, the British Reserve. Yes, with this I am familiar.
Well, we know about the Istanbul platform.
She may be telling the truth, but I cannot be certain. Oh, the truth cannot hide from Poirot forever.
So,
Are you sure everything you have told me is accurate, Mademoiselle Debenham?
Of course.
Mademoiselle, I know that you met Captain Arbuthnot at the Tocatlian Hotel.
You were spying on me.
I am very attentive to my surroundings. It helps in my profession.
Well, it's your word against mine.
I had occasion to be of some assistance in recovering Captain Arbuthnot's train ticket. While searching his room, I also discovered one of your earrings. Whatever your relationship may be to the good captain, I doubt it has anything to do with British Reserve. You will not tell me your secret, mademoiselle?
I can't. I don't know what you mean.
Poirot, Miss Debenham's got nothing to do with this business. Nothing. Do you hear?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Which way should Poirot dodge? Oh, what? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. At least it wasn't I was actually hoping it would be a quick time event. I was hoping it would be a quick time event. Oh no. I don't know which decision. I don't know. Well, I mean, the table's like right behind me as well as the chair. If I bend down. If I bend down, though. Oh, joy. Crap. Come on, Ava. You gotta think. 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 If I take a step back, then the chair and the table's right behind me. So, what if we'd bend down? Yo!
Archie, stop.
Captain, no! This behavior is unworthy of an officer and a gentleman.
Leave her alone. Have you no honor?
Archie, we should go.
Captain Arbuthnot, I am certain you are a brave soldier, but you are a poor actor. The truth is that
you lost control because
your relationship with Miss Debenham is beyond doubt, Captain. Your reaction was apparently that of a man trying to protect the woman he loves. I might understand that if your relationship were some cleverly disguised secret, but it is not. You make puppy dog eyes at one another at every opportunity. You cannot hide your love. Everybody knows.
I advise you to stop with your accusations, Mr. Poirot. I'm going to escort Miss Debenham back to her compartment. Make of that what you will.
you know, you could have just admitted it.
The captain and Mademoiselle Debenham are obviously adamant about not revealing their relationship, but this scene convinced me there is more that is not so obvious.
This murder has everyone on edge. In my 25-year career, I have never seen such madness aboard the Orient Express.
I understand, my friend. The more we learn, the more perplexing this train ride becomes. But we have other clues to pursue.
What do you have in mind?
The broken watch on Monsieur Ratchet's wrist, for example. And the handkerchief found near the body. Who does that belong to?
This little drama we have just witnessed has not put you off the scent.
Far from it, my friend. Will you return to your watch over Mademoiselle Locke?
Yes, I will. Dr. Constantine can probably use a break.
Good.
Au revoir, Poirot.
Alright, well there was that. Which unlocks a new node. So it was kind of obvious that the captain and Mrs. Debenham did have a thing going on. The letter H is embroidered on the
Et
handkerchief.
voilà.
According to the information, who could the handkerchief belong to? Who is the only... I wonder. I feel like I did that wrong. And we also... Let's go ahead and knock out the hypothesis about the watch. So... So, 3 hypotheses. The watch shows the time of the murder, the watch was tampered with by the murderer, and the watch was probably, maybe? Huh.
Yes, there are only 3 possible hypotheses. The watch has been tampered with, or it is out of adjustment, or it indicates the time of the murder. I shall explore these last 2 possibilities before reaching any conclusions. If the watch is out of adjustment, it may be broken. There may also be another reason related directly to Ratchet. Maybe the watch is set to another time zone.
I mean, that could be possible. Do the hypothesis about the watch. Still need to ask for missing alibis. Was the watch defective before the crystal was broken? Let's see.
The watch was not defective because the second hand is still moving. That's the right answer.
Alright. So the watch isn't defective. So now for the contradictory information. If Ratchet is dead at 1:15 a.m., what information is contradictory? Huh. Trying to remember what I can. That's right.
That was easy.
So with the contradictory information, we remember that one of the passengers had claimed they had seen Ratchet alive at 12:37, but Ratchet had to have been already dead by then. So... Instant-bull.
Right. Great. If this theory is correct, then the murder took place at 12:15 a.m. I must interrogate all the passengers to see if any of them have an alibi for this hour.
All right. So that means, in other words, the murder took place an hour behind. Alright, we'll double check with that. But first, let's head back to the handkerchief. So, 7 people to be identified. So we have Hildegard Schmidt. Let's go ahead and say Cyrus Hillman. He begins with H. Lotado Mori, Hector McQueen. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hmm. No, no, no. Even though I don't have your guys' first 2 names, I might as well go ahead and add you to the list. Well, what do you know?
My little gray cells did not let me down.
Huh. Cool. Interrogate people with the unknown first name. Interrogate suspects whose names begin with H. Cool. And then we can cross-check known alibis. So, I recall Captain Arbonaut's overlaps with Mr. McQueen's. Miss Debenham was with Miss Olsen. We know Mr. Mori and Miss Nielsen were with Sean. And Book was with Dr. Constantine.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Which means the only person who doesn't really check is Caroline Hubbard. Alright.
Monsieur Foscarelli, I would like to ask you a few questions, if you allow me.
Ah, Signore Poirot, is it? I was wondering when you'd get around to me. Unfortunately, you find me on a mission of mercy.
Hello, Monsieur Poirot. Sorry, we have a small problem. The orange juicer has broken down and I can't fix it. Mr. Foscarelli has kindly offered to help me.
It isn't a car engine, but I am doing my best.
Even with the 2 of us, we can't manage.
Let me guess. You call upon Poirot to help.
I'd be happy to answer your questions when we finished.
Oh, joy. But, you know, I like little puzzles like this. So. Oh! It's one of these! So what it is, with the cogs, you're only given a certain amount of big and small cogs, and each one of them has got to turn, as well as turn the other cogs. So, no, that's not gonna work. But I wonder if we do this. No. Nope. That's not gonna do. So. Ah, biscuits. There we go. Alright. Now. Just about.
Voila, it should work correctly now.
And there we go. Can you say the master of puzzles? I love puzzles, okay? Leave me a be. Leave me be. It's also one of the reasons why I can solve my puzzles in Alone in the Dark pretty fast. It would be kind of cool if I could get my hands on an actual puzzle box. 'Cause then y'all could see me at work. Sean!
Thank you so much, Monsieur Poirot. I can put orange juice back on the menu.
Oh, yay! Orange juice is very good if you have low blood sugar.
Bravo! I should stick to automobiles.
Well, now we can talk calmly. Monsieur Foscarelli, is it?
Antonio Foscarelli, delighted, Monsieur Poirot.
You have, of course, heard about Ratchet's murder last night.
Oh, naturally. It is all anyone is talking about.
Can you tell me your movements on the night of the murder?
I went to bed right after dinner, but I slept very badly. My roommate, Mr. Masterman, had a toothache. Oh, he moaned all night. It woke me up several times.
Did you hear anything or notice anything unusual?
No, nothing that I can think of. I stayed in my bed all night.
And then, have you ever heard of the Armstrong affair?
Have you ever been to the United States?
Yes, it has been a primary market for our cars for the last 10 years.
You remember the Armstrong case?
Armstrong? The name, yes? It was a little girl. A baby, was it not?
Yes, a very tragic affair. Did you know that Cassetti, the kidnapper, was actually Ratchet?
Oh, no. Then he deserved to die. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Well, thank you, Mr. Foscarelli.
I'm sorry I couldn't help more, Signore. I remain at your disposal if you should need me.
So, he knows of the Armstrong case. Miss Debenham knows of the Armstrong case. But you got a few people that are denying that they know about the Armstrong case. Huh. I feel like people are deceiving me again. We're not gonna have another, incident like in the Von de Bush mansion now, are we? Archie?
Enchanté, mademoiselle. You are Hildegard Schmidt?
I am Nicole. And you, I know, are Herr Poirot.
Correct. May I ask you for a few minutes of your time to answer a few questions?
With pleasure, but first may I ask for your help?
Why does this not surprise me?
I don't know.
I am at your service, Fraulein.
My mistress, Princess Dragomirov, has asked me to open this traditional Matryoshka doll. There is a trinket inside she must retrieve.
Madame, in my experience, each Russian nesting doll simply pulls apart to reveal the next one inside.
Indeed. Yet try it for yourself.
As you wish.
Ah, you are a gentleman.
Alright then. Huh. Oh, maybe. There we go. It's actually pretty easy. I might have spoken too soon. I'm just guessing at this point. Oh! Well, what do you know? Oh! There's the pattern. I'm dumb. Oh, well, that's cute.
The inscription reads, "To my dearest friend."
Oh, thank you very much. This doll reminds her of her youth in Russia. It was very hard under the Soviet regime, but thanks to her strength of will, she rose to be the head of a museum of antiquities in St. Petersburg. Even though she now lives in Berlin, it is said that the Kremlin still fears her.
She must be a formidable woman indeed. You are her maid?
I am her companion. I help her in her daily tasks, and I keep her company.
Ah, forgive me. You will have heard of Ratchet's murder last night.
Yes, of course. Everyone is talking about it.
Can you tell me how you occupied your time last night?
Just after we left Istanbul, I had tea with my roommate, Fräulein Locke. I went to dinner with the princess, and when I returned to my compartment, Fräulein Locke was already asleep. A little later, Herr Michel, the conductor, came to get me because Madame la Princesse needed my help. Her back troubles her. I massaged her for about an hour.
Do you remember the time?
I'm sorry, I do not, mein Herr.
Okay.
Have you lost a handkerchief embroidered with an H, madame?
Oh, no, monsieur.
I thought perhaps since your first name is Hildegard.
It is not mine, I tell you. I could not afford something so nice. I have no idea who it belongs to.
My apologies, I did not mean to alarm you. Thank you for answering my questions, madame.
I didn't realize there was actually something back in the storage room that I need to double check. It's only been a day and somebody's already been murdered. Not surprised.
Sorry to bother you, Monsieur Mori. I have a question to ask you.
Please make it quick. I have a meal to prepare.
This handkerchief embroidered with an H, is it yours?
No, I've never seen it before.
Okay.
Thank you. That is all I wanted to know.
I hope your investigation won't interfere with today's menu.
It's not going to. Alright, there's all those ingredients. I wanted to double check just in case I missed a golden mustache back here. Which I know I've been missing a whole lot of them, in all honesty. I don't mean to, I just get wrapped up in the story, excuse me. Alright. Anything on the piano? Nope. Haven't found any golden mustaches so far in here. So. Spoken to Miss Schmidt. Well, look what we have here.
Another delightful trophy for my collection.
So there's only 2 in this chapter. Joy. Alright. We've already spoken to her. Do think we need to go talk to somebody. Let's talk to Mrs. Hubbard. Since she supposedly seen someone come through her door.
Madame Hubbard, may I ask you a question or two? It won't take long.
Anything I can do to help?
Have you misplaced a handkerchief recently?
No, I don't think so. Why?
We found a handkerchief embroidered with the letter H, so I thought it might have been yours.
I'm sorry, but it's not. It may belong to Miss Schmidt, Princess Dragomirov's lady's maid. I believe her first name is Hildegard.
It is a possibility. Anyone could be lying, of course. I thank you, madame.
I feel like she knows more than what she's letting on. She has to know more than what she's letting on. Oh, wait a minute. There was a... Have we been in this one? No, we haven't.
Monsieur, I am Hercule.
I know who you are, Monsieur Poirot. What do you want?
Answers to a simple question or two.
All right, but quickly. My wife is quite ill. I would like to stay by her side.
I promise. First of all, I imagine you know about the murder.
Of course. The Countess is terribly distressed.
Your full name?
Rodolphe Adreny.
Your home is?
Budapest.
And how do you come to be aboard the Orient Express?
I am a Hungarian diplomat. My family has represented our homeland since the revolution from the Soviet Union in 1956. I was on my country's business in Istanbul. Business which I cannot discuss.
And your wife often accompanies you on your diplomatic missions?
Yes, and why not? Was there anything else you wanted to know?
Alright, so from that, we know he's Hungarian. He's a diplomat. He's a little older than 18, but not that old. So, let's go.
That was easy.
That was... wouldn't necessarily say easy.
Can you tell me how you spent last night?
I was in our compartment with my wife. She went to bed early. I played a video game on my phone. Around 11 o'clock in the evening, my wife woke up and couldn't get back to sleep. She took a sleeping pill. As for me, I went to bed soon after that and slept straight through until morning.
So you didn't hear anything?
Have you ever been to the United States?
I was posted to the Hungarian embassy in Washington for a year.
You knew perhaps the Armstrong family.
Armstrong? Armstrong. It is difficult to recall. One meets so many people.
It was the kidnapping of a child, a very sad affair. The culprit was the man on this train who called himself Ratchet, the one who was murdered last night.
Indeed. It sounds like justice finally caught up with him.
Thank you for your time. Now, I'd like to speak to your wife, if you don't mind.
It's impossible. As I told you, my wife is very ill. Thank you, and good luck with the investigation.
Eh bien, the good Count does not appear to want me to talk to his wife.
I wonder why. I wonder why. Wait. We can't go back into 203. We can go back into our room. We can also... Ooh. That's right. We can come in here.
Hello. Can I do something for you?
Hello, Monsieur Hardman, I believe. You have heard of the murder?
Cyrus Hartman. Yes, and the fact that there's been a murder is all over the train.
You do not seem very concerned about it, monsieur.
It's not the first murder I've run across.
I had no idea the selling of toys was so dangerous. I did overhear you mention at dinner that this is your profession.
Toy salesman is a cover. I'm a private detective, just like you, from the U.S.
Huh. Can't be that old.
No, not good.
Then again, I could always be wrong.
Et voilà. I did not expect to find another detective on this train.
I just finished a job in Istanbul when I received an email from Ratchet. He hired me to protect him.
Something you failed to do.
I'm not happy about that. He'd received some threatening letters. I was supposed to watch his back, and yeah, something I failed to do. But he seemed to think he was in more danger when he left the train.
He was traveling to Paris?
I assume so, but I'm not entirely sure.
Can anyone on this train confirm your identity?
Yeah, that McQueen kid. Ratchet's secretary.
Were you on duty last night?
You bet. I kept my door open a crack and I watched all night. No one entered that car who didn't belong there.
Did you see anything in particular?
The conductor, Michel. He was there most of the time too, except for 15 minutes or so after we left Vinkovsky. He must have answered a call from Ratchet's room, then he was absent again for a while around 1 a.m. After that, he didn't move until 5.
Monsieur Hardman, have you heard of the Armstrong case?
Armstrong? Kidnapping 3 or 4 years ago? Who hasn't? Why?
Ratchet's real name was Cassetti. I have reason to believe he was the kidnapper.
What? He killed that little girl? No, I didn't know. If I had known, I wouldn't have taken the job.
Oof. So now technically we have 3 detectives on this train.
Do you have any idea who was behind the threatening letters?
I don't know his name, but Ratchet told me he was a small man. Dark hair, with a womanish kind of voice.
Oh, thank you for your help.
Small man, dark hair, womanish kind of voice. You're not describing Sean, are you?
Is this handkerchief embroidered with an H yours?
Do I look like the kind of guy who would use a handkerchief like that?
Thank you for answering my questions, Monsieur Hardman.
Listen, Poirot. I know I fell down on the job, but if you need help, any at all, let me know. I'd like to make it right.
I did not mean to do that, but it's fine.
Well, it has been a while since I have seen one of those.
It's a freaking BlackBerry! Oh my god! It's a freaking BlackBerry! Wow. That takes me back. I had a BlackBerry Pearl in high school. And I pretty much used that thing to the point that it stopped working. Yeah. I was trying to save my parents money, and I didn't want to, you know, cause them any extra stress. And everything. So, my Blackberry Pearl literally lasted me until about my junior year. Yeah, my junior year of high school.
I am not prepared to receive anyone. Come back later.
Very well, madam. I'll come back later. But you will need to speak to me.
So, my friend, have you finished your investigation?
No, but I have managed to solve a few mysteries.
Okay. I stay here to watch this young lady.
Cool. Alright. So hopefully... I still don't understand how she got drugged, too.
I hope your investigation is going well, Mr. Poirot.
I'm a queen. Let's have a word, shall we?
Ah! Monsieur McQueen, may I ask you a question?
Anything I can do to help, Mr. Poirot?
This handkerchief embroidered with an H. Is it yours?
No, I don't use cloth handkerchiefs.
Thank you. I won't bother you anymore.
Alright. So far we've interrogated everybody whose names begin with the letter H. Oh, hold tight. Was there... Nope. It was just the beam. Alright. Okay, go outside. Oh, wait. The Call of the Wild by Jack London. I actually read that book. It was actually a little bit more sad than what I was, like, expecting. I already spoken to you.
So, my friend.
No, but I...
Okay.
Well, I do need to talk to Dr. Constantine, though.
Excuse me, Doctor. May I ask you a question?
Anything that can help the investigation, Mr. Poirot.
I wanted to know what your first name is, Doctor.
My name is Robert. Why?
To find out if the handkerchief embroidered with an H could have been yours.
I'm a doctor, Mr. Poirot. Cloth handkerchiefs are a playground for viruses. I would not touch one.
Alright. Okay. I mean, there's nothing else. Suppose we could try. Oops.
I am not prepared to receive...
Very well.
I forgot. The Princess Dragomirov is not willing to see us tonight. Oh. There we go. Cool. Anything in my room popped up? Which is a very nice room. I've never been on a sleeper train. But I wouldn't mind being on a sleeper train like this. Why am I stuck? Okay. I don't understand how I got stuck, but I did. I got stuck. I typically get stuck. A lot of the time.
Monsieur, if I am to catch this murderer, I will need your help.
My help? I am at your service, Poirot.
You are obviously a devoted husband, Count Andrini.
My wife means the world to me. There were questions in Budapest about a Hungarian diplomat marrying an American woman.
It did not deter you.
I would have given up my position for her. I would think it is universal. Are you married, Mr. Poirot?
No, I fear marriage is not for me. But her condition, is it very grave?
She is suffering a bout of vertigo. You understand? The room spins.
I mean, could give Dr. Constantine the break that he needs.
I think Dr. Constantine could help your wife.
There is a doctor on this train? I did not know. Where is this doctor?
I think Dr. Constantine is in the lounge car. If not, perhaps the conductor can tell you where he is.
Very well, I will find him. Thank you very much.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Forgive me for intruding, madame. I am Hercule Poirot.
I know who you are, Mr. Poirot. I overheard you send my husband on a wild goose chase.
Your husband cares for you greatly, madame. I apologize for exploiting that fact. But the situation is urgent, and I need to ask you a few questions.
Apology accepted. I realize you must speak to everyone. This horrendous murder. It's very upsetting.
That is a beautiful music box.
Please don't touch the music box. It's a fragile family heirloom.
Your accent, is it American? Boston, perhaps?
You have a good ear, Mr. Poirot. Yes. Born and raised in what we call the Back Bay.
Are you in the diplomatic service like your husband?
No, not officially. I was still in college when I met Rudy 2 years ago. I keep myself busy handling his scheduling, travel, appointments.
Ah, what is the saying? Behind every great man there is a great woman.
That was the saying. Today one might reverse the sentiment as well, don't you think?
Of course, I stand corrected.
Alright. So, you are American. As of right now, you don't really have a profession. You're actually pretty young.
That was easy.
A handkerchief embroidered with an H was found at the crime scene. By any chance, does your first name begin with an H?
No, my first name is Elena, with an E.
Can you tell me what you did last night?
Well, my husband and I went to dinner. Then we came back here. We went to bed around 10 o'clock. I tried to sleep, but I couldn't, because of the shaking of the train. I suffer from vertigo. I finally took a sleeping pill, and that did the trick.
When did the train's motion prevent you from sleeping?
Between midnight and 2 a.m. I know because I must have looked at my watch about 10 times.
I see.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There it is. There it is. Because the train stopped early on.
Come now, Countess. You are not telling me the truth.
Why do you say that?
The train stopped at 12:30 a.m. due to snow. So there was no shaking of the train. But you told me that it was the shaking that prevented you from sleeping.
I don't know, you're confusing me. My vertigo.
Madame, a man died last night. You can't talk nonsense just because you're sick. You are hiding something from me.
How dare you? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to find my husband.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That was unkind, I know, but my strategy worked. I can now inspect this room in peace.
Poirot, you had every right to call her out. She lied to you straight to your face. Ooh.
These must be the sleeping pills that Countess Andreni took last night.
What am I looking for here? Oh, I mean, all the jewelry is accounted for. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Another good read if you're into, like, classic lit. Since it is technically considered classic lit. Well, modern classic lit. There's a difference. Huh. Hello?
It's closed.
Of course it's closed. Huh. I wonder. Flower, leaf, and bird. Oh, the hint's literally right there. Wow. Alright. What have we got? Ooh! Red candle. Okay. So I imagine that crank handle has got to go here. No. Huh. Hello. What if we hear?
For my beautiful young ladies, Helena and Sonia. Helena with an H. It's Countess Andreni with an older girl.
Alright. Thought I heard something. That's why I was like...
An engraving written in, I believe, Russian Cyrillic. It looks like a first name.
Poirot! Have you no shame?
Oops! Busted!
Monsieur, I am afraid shame is not a very helpful emotion for a detective trying to get at the truth.
What are you doing in our compartment?
I am investigating a murder, Count Andreni.
My wife is ill.
My apologies, monsieur, but your wife seemed in perfect health when she left the room to find you. I do apologize, but I needed to search your compartment.
You will regret this, Poirot.
Please, Count. You aren't going to challenge me to a duel, are you? Countess, I'm afraid I took the liberty of inspecting your little music box.
How dare you?
The message in the medallion was addressed to you and Sonia. Sonia Armstrong, your older sister, the mother of Daisy, the murdered child.
I am a Hungarian diplomat. You have no official standing here. You have no right to search...
No, Rudolph. Let me speak. It's useless to deny what this gentleman says. I am Helena Goldenberg, the sister of Sonia Armstrong, and Daisy was my niece. The music box is a gift from my sister's godmother, a very close friend to my mother. We hid the truth from you when we learned that the man killed last night was the person who destroyed my family. I panicked. I didn't want to be accused.
That is also why you lied about the H in your first name?
Exactly. Your ferreting about looking for the H is obviously part of your investigation.
If I found a handkerchief in Monsieur Ratchet's room embroidered with an H, I might suspect you had been there.
A handkerchief? I don't have any handkerchiefs embroidered with my initial. To be honest, that sounds awfully old-fashioned to me.
I give you my word of honor that last night, Helena never left her compartment. My wife is telling you the truth, Poirot.
I hope so. I'll let you rest.
The matter of the H on the handkerchief still needs clearing up. But first I should check the inscription on the back of the medallion.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Woo! Ooh, that got juicy real fast. So we now know that Mrs. Ariani was actually Sonia's younger sister. And Daisy was her niece. Oh, sorry. I'm fanning myself a little bit right now because I got a little spooked for the last second. Alright, but in the meantime, we do still have to get to the translation of that engraving. So... pretty much, we should probably... Oh, we need to match the Russian letters to what we see. No. That's not right. Because the R's at the very end. Maybe?
Natalia. Would it be Natalia Dragomirov? She is the only Russian passenger on the train. In addition, her first name begins with an H in Cyrillic. That's the right answer.
Alright. Alright. So, that... Wow. Okay. So, now we gotta head to Dragomirov's compartment and talk to her. You got some splaining to do. Like, I get that you're a princess and everything, but you got some splaining to do. Oh, please don't freeze on me. Dude, we're good. We're good. Alright. Also, I should go ahead and save. Probably a good idea. Also gives me a chance to see where I'm at. So, we were... Okay, so we're still in connections. We're still in chapter 6. Let's keep going.
I am not prepared to receive anyone. Come back later.
I'm sorry, madame, but a man has been murdered. I must ask you a few questions.
You must have misunderstood me. I cannot speak to you just now.
Madame, I know that Sonia Armstrong is your goddaughter.
Come in, please.
So...
Please forgive my intrusion, madame, but I really must ask you some questions.
Then ask. I'll answer if it pleases me.
We have not been properly introduced, yet I have observed her a couple of times, so I can already deduce some things about her.
So we know she is Russian. She is the director of a museum. She's actually pretty old.
Et voilà. I will first ask you about last night. Will you tell me your movements?
I went to bed just after dinner. I read until 11, then tried to sleep. Later I woke.
What caused you to awaken?
I suffered from back pain, a consequence of old age interfering with an active life. I called Schmidt around 12:45 a.m. to give me a massage. She did so until I fell asleep.
How long was she with you?
A good hour, I would say.
I see.
I mean, that makes sense. So that backs up what Hildegard was saying.
The first initial of your first name, Natalia, in the Cyrillic alphabet looks exactly like the letter H in the Latin alphabet.
I'm Russian, Monsieur Poirot, and I was the head of a museum of antiquities in St. Petersburg for decades, until I moved to Berlin recently. I'm familiar with Cyrillic.
So then is this your handkerchief?
This handkerchief is yours, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. I lost it.
It was found in Monsieur Ratchet's room. Can you explain to me why Madame Schmidt didn't identify the handkerchief? She must have known it was yours.
Possibly to protect me. She is very loyal. Your next question will be, how did my handkerchief come to be lying by a murdered man's body? My reply to that is that I have no idea.
That is not an answer, madame.
It is all I am able to give you.
I must tell you, Princess Dragomirov, I have discovered something astonishing.
And that is?
You are Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
You make that sound like a revelation. I have never hidden the fact, monsieur.
You knew Colonel Armstrong well, then?
I knew him slightly, but his wife, Sonia Armstrong, was my goddaughter. I was on terms of friendship with her mother, the actress Linda Arden. Linda Arden was a genius, one of the greatest tragic actresses in the world. I was not only an admirer of her art, I was a personal friend.
Very well, but this links you to the Armstrong kidnapping case. Helena Andreni is the sister of Sonia Armstrong, the late mother of Daisy Armstrong, kidnapped and killed by the man who was murdered on this train, Ratchet.
Indeed. Was it he? Then justice has at last been served.
Allow me to summarize.
Do I have a choice?
First coincidence, I shall call it. You are close to the Armstrong family, and the presumed assassin of Daisy Armstrong was killed while you were on board the same train. Second coincidence. Your handkerchief happens to be found at the foot of the victim's bed. Third coincidence. One of the stab wounds inflicted on the body was by a left-handed person. You are left-handed. That is a lot of coincidences, Princess Dragomirov.
Well, Monsieur Poirot, call it fate. If you report to the police your coincidences, they will laugh. A woman of my age and frailty has violently murdered a man? With how many potential witnesses who saw me doddering along the corridor in the middle of the night like Lady Macbeth?
You are right, Princess. You could not work alone, which means you have one or more accomplices. And it is only a matter of time before I find out who they are.
I would appreciate it if you would remove yourself from my room and take your fantasies with you.
Fine.
Привет! Привет!
Frail old lady, huh? It's already been confirmed that you're Sonia Armstrong's godmother. I mean, okay, I do have a younger sister, and right now she's pregnant. But if something were to happen to her, say she got murdered, and I find the guy or gal who did it, like, I mean, I don't care. I don't care how small I am. I'm taking them out. It's on site. Just saying. I'm very protective of my family. And I swear, if anything happens to my family, well, guess what? You done goofed. You done goofed. Alright, well, let's cross-check some alibis. Alright. So, Mrs. Adrini matches with Mr. Adrini. Mrs. Dragomirov, excuse me, with Miss Schmidt. Mr. Fossacorelli with Mr. Masterman. And then you got Mr. Mardman and Mr. Michel.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
So, now that we got all that, we can now go back to book and probably end the chapter. Which is sad, because honestly, we got some pretty good tidbits out of this chapter. Oh, we also got a, Oh! That's the new stuff. Cool. Okay. So I'm not really able to, like, check out the trophies just yet.
Oh, Poirot, you're there. She hasn't moved, but she seems to be waking up little by little. What about you? Your investigation progresses?
I find myself helping everyone with their problems before they can help me with mine. I have shifted boxes, helped with hangovers, repaired an orange juicer, unlocked some Russian dolls, all so my investigation can proceed.
Don't forget the dessert recipe.
How can I?
Truly, the labors of Hercules.
My friend, I would rather clean out the Orient stables. Yet, I have managed to solve.
Okay, I gotta pause right there, because I find that funny. I was expecting a fourth wall reference.
A few mysteries.
Oh, tell me everything.
The embroidered handkerchief belongs to Princess Dragomirov. I also found out that she was Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
On the same train with the little girl's murderer?
Exactly. Also, Elena Andreni is the younger sister of Sonia Armstrong, Daisy's mother.
Another passenger connected to the Armstrong case?
Yes, Book. What are the odds, do you think? But I cannot see either woman stabbing Ratchet over and over again in a frenzy. And they apparently have alibis.
I can. I honestly can. You can... This is the reason why I love murder mysteries. It's always the person that you least expect. It's always the person that you least expect. Like, Princess Dragomirov, she might be an 85-year-old woman, but she probably still has a lot of strength in her. But, yeah. If you push somebody hard enough, they are capable of murder. I'm just saying this as a fact, and as somebody who loves mysteries, and not just like cosmic horror mysteries, also mystery stories like these, if you push someone hard enough, then they are very much capable of murder. It could be a murder of rage, murder of passion, a murder of revenge. Revenge is a good one. But, you know, that's just me. But also, I watch a lot of crime shows, so... I really do think Microids could do a Midsummer Murders like game. I would love it.
I had 3 theories concerning the broken watch. It could have been tampered with. It could have been out of adjustment before the murder. Or, of course, it could indicate the actual time of the murder. The only hypothesis I could rule out was that the watch was out of adjustment. For the others, they are impossible to verify. So the watch is of little use to the investigation.
And I was convinced that it indicated the time of the crime. 2 women involved in the Armstrong case.
Let us not forget our patient here. There are 3 women.
Look, she seems to be waking up.
What's happening to me? Did I fall asleep again?
Indeed, Mademoiselle Locke. Did you take any medication? Sleeping pills, for example?
No, I never use sleeping pills.
I inspected your cup. You can clearly see that there is a residue of something at the bottom. I'm sure a lab test would confirm you were drugged. Most likely an overdose. That would explain your battle to shake off the effects.
You think Fräulein Schmidt did it?
She certainly had the most opportunity, but why would she?
But no one knew who I was. It's impossible that someone deliberately targeted me.
Is it? I think it's possible. In a murder mystery, anything is possible. But no, if Microids could, like, purchase the copyrights and give us something like this with Midsummer Murders, I would love it. I would love it. Well, let's see. 2 most likely suspects would be Miss Schmidt. Who else could have approached? Oh. That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense.
Fräulein Schmidt or Monsieur Michel may have drugged the tea that Mademoiselle Locke drank.
Fräulein Schmidt or Pierre Michel could have drugged your tea. They are really the only 2 people on this train who could have done it. But why would either one do it?
Mr. Poirot, I'm feeling much better. I'd like to bring you up to date to why I ended up on this train.
If you are able, I would very much like you to finish your story.
Very well then. After the Daisy Armstrong case was officially closed, I put out a standing request to the police departments in the Boston area for anything on Michael Clark. But he didn't turn up on their radar. I even set up an anonymous tip line for news about Clark. That's how I met Braid, a sketchy contact on the dark web, but they found nothing I could use.
And now we are hitting chapter 7. Okay.
Four long years passed without anything new. Every day I looked at the evidence board I put up in my apartment bedroom. Then this morning, a police report landed on my desk that changed everything. I paid a visit to the police property room and took home a box full of clues. There was his name. Michael Clark.
Alright. And that is where we are going to leave it here, guys. Oh, this is another game that I'm... Wait a minute. I see that silhouette. You see that silhouette? Does she? Does she? She has a kitty! She has a kitty! Oh. There's just something about murder mysteries and cats. I don't know what it is. Oh, you're so cute! But you're orange. What do I call you? What do I call you? I don't know. What can I call you? What do I call an orange cat? I know! We'll call the orange cat Pumpkin Spice! Don't judge me. Don't judge me! I see you judging me. Alright, well, I'm getting off topic. But anywho, I'm gonna end it here at this chapter. I'm definitely looking forward to finishing up this game. It has been a wild ride so far. And I love the modern iteration with it being, like, the modern iteration of the book itself, of the short story itself. If you have not read any of Hercule Poirot's stories, I definitely recommend. It's a good afternoon read. Perfect if you just want something to wrap your head around for a little bit. And it's one of the reasons why I love Agatha Christie's works. I'll stand by her. I won't stand by H.P. Lovecraft, though. Don't get me wrong. Guy had some really good ideas and everything. But, there were a few issues that are very much apparent in a lot of his works. But I will talk about that later on, probably when I decide to tackle The Sinking City. I've had that game for a couple of years, and it's on my list because a buddy of mine wants to see me do a full playthrough of it. But enough of my chitter chatter. I hope you guys have enjoyed so far. I'm definitely enjoying this game. This is a definite pickup if you've got Nintendo Switch or Steam or PlayStation, or Xbox, if they make it for Xbox. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm highly recommending this game. It may seem like a slow burn, and the puzzles may seem like they're very, very easy. But for anybody that enjoys a good mystery novel, like mystery, not like cosmic horror or detective mystery, I recommend. But again, without further ado, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see y'all later. So, later. Bye! Mwah! Can we please get a Midsummer Murders of this game? A Midsummer Murders version? Please? Please. I know it's asking a lot. I would love it. I would definitely do a video on it.